Hello everyone, it's Kay here, and before I start to share what I've done this week, I would like to welcome and say thank you to all my new subscribers. I really do appreciate it, especially since I'm not doing very much at the moment. But nonetheless, I am crafting away, as those who follow me know, in the background on small projects. Well, I got it into my head that I would like to do something on a bit of a larger scale, and decided that I also wanted to do a bit of work in material, which I haven't done for the longest time. So I've made a little something which I will share with you, and hope that it inspires and, as always, gives food for thought, because that is what YouTube is all about, in my opinion. Anyway, what I've made is this little booklet, and it's all handmade flowers, some, excuse the glue strands, which I thought I'd got, but clearly I haven't. Yeah, it's just, if I go back a little bit so that you can see it all, it is just a little booklet that I've made. These are little handmade flowers, and I've, instead of just creasing them up in and joining them in one circle by doing the running stitch, I've actually coiled and layered them, so there's quite a considerable depth to them. It's about three or four little fold areas there, and I've just then stitched them up behind, anchored them down, and then gone on to place this lovely little pearly silver blingy button here. The lace for the flowers I bought from Scrimping Mummy, who is Amanda Charlesworth, some time ago. I've then used another band of lace trim here, and you'll see they're almost like little daisies. It isn't entirely white, but it isn't entirely cream either. It's a nice subtle blend of things that just, I hope you feel as I do, that snuggle together quite nicely, make the impact that they're supposed to make. I just wanted to put the leaves in behind the flowers, just to make it all look a little bit more on a theme, if you like. The closure is just the organza white ribbon. I've used one of the flowers in the trim to anchor the ribbon under, and then just placed a flat back, quite large flat back pearl there. I've top and bottom with the same scalloped edge lace, which was also from Amanda, and I'm talking a couple of years ago, ladies, so forgive me if I've excited you and you've not seen the lace before, but I am a tremendous hoarder and get round to things, as I've said before, when I get there, and this was the time for this particular lace. As you'll see, I then ran the same thing all the way through the back and just left, I need to trim that off, sorry about this, I can't leave it because it just can't be left. And you'll see here the beautiful lace top and bottom. It's I don't know, it's a guipure lace, very fulsome with a nice finished edge, and then on the very bottom here is another tiny bit of trim just to finish off any raw edges. I've left the edge quite simple at the top here because on the other side I've used this trim and it had this little looped effect on it, so I thought, right, well, I'll just go with that and leave that as the decoration. So that's the outside, very simple, not too much in the way of layering. For me, it's more about trying to coordinate things and make them look pretty on the base. So I'm going to just open up, and it's actually for some stick pins. I've made the 6 stick pins here, and they're pretty well the same all the way through. It's just teardrop faceted beads on the top, and then some other glass beads with some little beads in between, and I think you'll agree they're quite effective. Not too ostentatious, but they sparkle and they twinkle, which often is enough to meet the purpose of it. And I did want them all through the cushion on this side, so I've managed to achieve that. There's another one in green and white with a smaller teardrop in the pearl topping, and just, as I say, used whatever I've had to hand to coordinate with the colours. They are quite ordinary but pretty nonetheless. Then these two are relatively the same, square beads, white beads, and in the blue, which I rather fell in love with. I think that's a nice combination and would fit in with, you know, a lot of projects really. So there are two of those. All of them are slightly different. The other green one I did has got the white and the little green on it, like so. The other one, as you might remember, had two teardrops, top and bottom. I do need to finish them off a little bit more. I'm just looking with my glasses on and I'm seeing glue strands and things that simply won't do, but I will tidy them up, needless to say, and get them in good order. So that was that one. There is a pocket here that you could put things into if you wanted to. I've used a little jellyfish flower at the top here with a little bit of dangly on it, just to finish off and make some interest in the corners. A different kind of trim on the fronts. I don't know if you can just about pick it up in amongst the mane. I've used underneath this mesh cover, there is just satin and wadding. So I made the cushion first of all, put my spine in, which can't be seen except very close up. I don't know. No, I don't think you'll pick it up there. And then on top of the satin cushion, I put this netted lace with little flowers in it, and then proceeded to put the lace trims on to finish off, and used, as I said, top and bottom, just the bottom on this one to make the pocket, and then used the side ribbon to go all the way around the top, and that's how I've got this lovely little very delicate scalloped edge all the way around the top and sides of the book, but the bottom is plain, as you'll see. And then I went on to fill the other pocket with this little wall hanging, and what it is an altered CD, but it all came together really well. I have introduced another lace trim here, again from Scrimpies, a long time ago. I made this little bauble with the plastic pearl trim, just cut out what I wanted, wrap the pearl around. It is very congested with glue, and that's the only way that you can actually see that it is a bauble. And then finished it with the organza ribbon and with the flat back heart. Used these little silver bits in the flowers just to make them stand out, and then I've put the little wooden love sentiment on the side. I've kept it simple because to me this is what it's about. I know lots and lots of people will layer upon layer, but I think there is still something to be said for something that's slightly underdone. It's quite tasteful, in my opinion. In the back, I've just put in a little loop of the organza ribbon for the wall hanging aspect, put in a pleat on the centre, and then I've gone around the edge with more of the pearl trim. Here you'll see the meshed design of the material that's running throughout the project, and you can just about make out the flowers there, which is rather lovely. And that's it. that is it. It's taken a little while to do, but I have to say, as something completely different and something that I just wanted to play with, I'm not at all unhappy with the way it's come out, and that just fits into that little pocket there, whichever way you care to do it. It's best not to have too much of the little bauble bit at the base, because it does stop that little wall hanging from sitting in there as well as it does without. And that's the project. So I hope you've enjoyed it. There will be a little giveaway coming up in the not too distant future. I'm working on a couple of other bits to share, so watch this space. Thank you very much for sharing this time with me today. Happy crafting, everyone. Stay well. Bye bye for now.